What if I told you that your daily habit might not be destroying your testosterone the way everyone says? In fact, the truth might shock you, and even doctors were stunned when they looked deeper. Stay till the end, because what we found will completely change what you thought you knew about testosterone, masturbation, and your health. Let's start with the myth you've probably heard 1,000 times. Bro, don't fap every day, it kills your testosterone. Sounds believable, right? After all, your body needs to save its precious supply. But here's the real shocker. Science doesn't actually agree with that. And when doctors dug into the data, they were surprised too. Most people think more ejaculation, less testosterone. But that's just not how the endocrine system really works. Here's what researchers actually discovered. When a man ejaculates, whether it's through sex or masturbation, there's only a very short-term change in testosterone. Some studies show a tiny spike right after orgasm, but it only lasts a few minutes to a few hours. After that, your levels go right back to baseline. Daily, weekly, the long-term average stays the same. In a famous study in 2001, scientists tested men who abstained for 3 weeks. The result? On day 7 of abstinence, testosterone spiked about 145%, but after that, it crashed back to normal. Beyond that single peak, no real difference. Daily masturbation didn't cause lasting lower testosterone. So, why were doctors stunned? Because they also used to believe the sperm conservation theory. But endocrinology doesn't work that way. Testosterone production mainly depends on your pituitary gland, hypothalamus, and Leydig cells, not on how often you ejaculate. Your body keeps a stable baseline level of testosterone, regulated by a feedback loop. Ejaculation doesn't drain testosterone, it just triggers temporary hormone changes linked to pleasure and relaxation, like dopamine and prolactin. Now, here's where it gets interesting. While masturbation itself doesn't kill your testosterone, daily compulsive masturbation can impact things indirectly. If you're overdoing it, you might experience fatigue and lack of motivation. Excessive dopamine release can dull pleasure responses. It can feed anxiety, depression, or sexual dysfunction. But again, that's about behavior and mental health, not directly about testosterone. So, to wrap it up, daily masturbation does not lower baseline testosterone. Occasional spike during abstinence? True, but it's temporary. The real danger? Psychological burnout, guilt, and addiction, not hormone depletion. Instead of panicking about daily masturbation, focus on good sleep, eat healthy fats, avocados, olive oil, strength training, lower stress. These have real proven effects on testosterone way bigger than how often you masturbate. They say daily masturbation will ruin your hormones, make you weak, and kill your masculinity. But what if the truth is actually the opposite? Today, we're breaking down what doctors really found and why it left even them shocked. If you've ever felt guilty about your habit, watch till the end. You might discover the guilt is hurting you more than the act itself. Let's go back to where this myth began. People saw semen as an energy source that you have to conserve. And sure, semen contains zinc, amino acids, and other nutrients. But here's the reality. Testosterone is made in the testes, mainly in specialized cells called Leydig cells, and the body makes more every day. Even if you masturbate every day, your body keeps producing new testosterone. The idea of running out? Biologically impossible, unless there's an underlying medical issue. Now about those viral studies you might have seen. In 2001, researchers asked men to abstain from ejaculation for 3 weeks. They found a sudden spike in testosterone on day 7, up to 145% higher than baseline. But by day 8, it dropped right back to normal. Doctors were surprised. Why day 7? One theory is that the brain's reward system briefly overcompensates, but it doesn't last. By day 14 or 21, the men's testosterone was no higher than at the start. Doctors once thought abstaining could recharge hormones, but more modern endocrinology shows it's not that simple. If your T drops too low, your brain tells the tests to make more. If it goes too high, production slows down. Daily ejaculation barely affects this loop because it doesn't directly use up testosterone. It's not the frequency of ejaculation that matters, it's your sleep, stress, diet, and exercise. Here's where it does get dangerous. Daily compulsive masturbation, especially with porn, can harm you in other ways. It can cause dopamine desensitization, less motivation. It can mess with your sleep. It can lead to performance anxiety or real erectile dysfunction. These effects feel hormonal because you feel sluggish and less driven. But your actual testosterone level? Usually still normal on blood tests. If you really care about your T levels, forget the NoFap or die memes, do this instead. Lift heavyweight, strength train, sleep 79 hours, reduce belly fat, eat enough protein healthy fats, olive oil, eggs, lower chronic stress, avoid smoking excess alcohol. These can increase your testosterone by 1,530% over time, much more than any abstinence streak. Daily masturbation kills T? No. Abstaining gives permanent boost? Short spike only. Porn addiction affects hormones? Hormones stable? Symptoms psychological, lifestyle changes boost T? Strong scientific backing? So yes, daily masturbation might be harming your motivation, but it's not draining your testosterone. I know this topic is controversial, so tell me in the comments, do you think abstaining makes you feel better? Have you tried it, and what changed for you? Let's talk honestly, judgment-free. And if you learned something new, smash like, share with someone still stuck in mythland, and subscribe for deeper, real science. No clickbait. Stay strong, stay balanced, and see you next time. Watch next. Does NoFap really boost testosterone? Subscribe button.